moment someone asks, "Do you need anything?" Your response is, "No, I'm fine." While your life is in season finale chaos, let's be honest. Sometimes independence isn't empowerment. Sometimes it's control issues and a cute outfit. Yes, ma'am. I did. I just called you out. You're a control freak who doesn't trust anyone else to carry the load, literally and figuratively. You've seen what happened with your cousin, your granny, your auntie, sister, and exclaim, "Not on my watch!" In my good Ayanla voice, okay? And we'll laugh about it right now, but later, we're going to unpack what that control masked as hyper independence is actually protecting. Hello, my loves. Welcome to No Second Chances podcast, where we thrive by living an authentic and intentional lifestyle. I'm your host, Sharon Walker, and today we're diving into a topic that so many of us carry quietly, sometimes proudly, sometimes resentfully, but always heavily. That topic is independence. In the words of the Bayou Prophet Webby, she got her own house, she got her own car, 2 jobs, work hard, you a bad bro. If you ain't on, sit down. And ever since then, and honestly before then, the women have been on with no off days, scaling corporate ladders, excelling as entrepreneurs, world travelers, and spoiling themselves in all the luxury they could ever want or desire. But today, I'm talking about the real thing, the emotional thing, the generational thing, the survival thing, the kind of independence that started as empowerment, shifted into necessity, and somewhere along the way turned into avoidance. Avoidance of vulnerability, avoidance of asking for help, avoidance of depending on anyone, avoidance of softness, avoidance of connection, avoidance of our true selves. Because for a lot of us, especially Black millennial women, independence didn't start as a choice. It started as survival. And when survival becomes identity, you don't even realize when the armor becomes the cage. Woo. So today we're unpacking the evolution of independence, not to judge it, not to shame it, but to understand it and to figure out where we go from here. Let's get into it. After lifetimes of not being able to vote, buy a home, or have bodily autonomy, the feminist era was birthed by women who were tired of being chained and muzzled. I can only imagine how painful it was to know with every fiber of your being that women are superior in intellect and emotional gifts like discernment and wisdom, but not be able to express their wants and needs because it was a man's world. She needed him to survive. Thanks to those fearless women who protested, marched, and raised hell for our rights as women and humans. We were free to stay or leave, choose motherhood on your own time or never, and create your own income. This was the fun era, the era of self-discovery, the era of financial literacy, the era of watch me do it myself, the era of confidence, boundaries, and becoming her. Independence felt like freedom, like choice, like power. It was a fresh start. It was necessary. It was the foundation. Then life hit. The government began targeting Black men to fill their investments in the prison system. Men weren't making it back from war, and some were so deep in their toxic masculinity and control that it was safer to leave the relationship. Some women became single mothers. Some of our grandmothers and mothers carried households alone, and we were there as children to bear witness to the strength of our mothers. Her goal was survival, but it also set a standard of devotion, sacrifice, and self-deprecation to the benefit of others. We listened to the stories of what they didn't have the opportunity to access and were instructed to take advantage of the freedoms we now have because of their sacrifice. So that's what we did. We went to college because grandma couldn't. They stayed on jobs in horrific and toxic environments because at least we get the privilege to work. Some of us worked in environments where failing was not an option because the kids got to eat. Some of us were raised without safety nets. Some of us loved people who didn't show up. Some of us lost community. Some of us lost trust. And suddenly, the same independence that gave us the gift of choice wasn't a choice. It was a requirement. You learned if I don't handle it, it won't get handled. You learn if I don't protect myself, no one else will. And that necessity became muscle memory that permeated through all areas of our lives as women. And I know that was deep. I know that was deep. So let's lighten it up a little bit, okay, honey? Let's laugh a little bit. Let's go ahead and jump right into shenanigans. Listen, this is all about being a strong friend today on Shenanigans. And you know you're the strong friend when you will break your wrist carrying every grocery bag from the car because making 2 trips feels like weakness. You'll assemble an entire IKEA dresser at midnight, sweating, crying, missing 3 screws, but still refuse to ask for help because I got it. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. Somebody will literally offer to help you carry something heavy and you hit them with, oh no, it's okay, I'm good. Even though your knee just popped and your soul left your body 2 seconds before they asked. Or, and this one is legendary, the moment someone asks, do you need anything? Your response is, no, I'm fine. While your life is in season finale chaos, let's be honest. Sometimes independence isn't empowerment. Sometimes it's control issues in a cute outfit. Yes, ma'am. I did. I just called you out. You're a control freak who doesn't trust anyone else to carry the load, literally and figuratively. You've seen what happened with your cousin, your granny, your auntie, sister, and exclaim, not on my watch. My good Ayanla voice, okay? And we'll laugh about it right now, but later we're going to unpack what that control masked as hyper independence is actually protecting. Speaking of hyper independence, there's a sneaky enabler that we don't really realize, and that enabler is technology. Technology has quietly become the infrastructure for our hyper independence. We use technology and AI to manage tasks so we don't have to ask people. We use delivery apps so we don't owe anyone a favor. We use therapy apps or ChatGPT so we don't have to be vulnerable in front of another human. We use digital planners instead of leaning on a community. We use self-checkout even when there's no line because interacting feels like effort. And sometimes it do depending on what you had to do in the grocery store or if you had a child with you. Technology helps us survive, but it can also help us avoid asking for help, avoid admitting we're overwhelmed, avoid connection in general. Digital independence is convenient, but it can also become digital isolation if we're not careful. And sometimes the strongest, most put together women are the ones hiding behind the most apps and internal GPS wired to get to the finish line at all costs. Now, don't get me wrong, baby. Hear me loud and clear. Use all the technology you need to achieve a peaceful life. Just make sure you're intentional about diversifying your resources and leaning on your relationships and external connections that you've acquired through all of your hard work. We are going to put AI to work today, per usual, to help us design our dream support system today on Tech Bay from around the way. As mothers, daughters, friends, entrepreneurs, as human, we need the right support. The prompt we're going to give ChatGPT is ask me a series of questions to uncover what areas of my life I feel overwhelmed or exhausted by to help me create a plan of support. Tell me whether technology or a human would be best to support me in this area. If it's a technology, recommend the specific product and where to purchase it. If it's a human, draft a conversation that helps me transition into asking them for assistance with this support area. Offer suggestions of who to ask or allow to support me by role, like parents, siblings, friends, coworkers, mentors, etc. This will help me visualize a support plan that helps me move from toxic independence to healthy interdependence with healthy individuals that care about my well-being. That's it for Tech Bay from around the way. Now for my favorite segment of the show. Y'all already know what it is. Music to my ears. And of course, we are going to stay on the theme of independence. And I don't know if you've noticed or you've been paying attention, but I presented three eras of independence. First, it was the empowerment era. Second, it was the necessity era. And then lastly is the avoidance era. And so I'm going to give you a song that I think represents each of those eras. For the empowerment era, it has to be Respect by our girl, Aretha Franklin. Ooh. That was that classic moment when independence felt like liberation, when choosing yourself felt brand new. And then the necessity era, which is our era, really. Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I. My own best friend, me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'm gonna be my own best friend. Okay? This is when independence wasn't cute anymore. It was survival. It was holding everything together because no one else would. And then the avoidance era. This is the era where we want connection, crave intimacy, but we're terrified of needing anyone. So we pretend we don't care. Music expresses the moments when independence was strength and the moments when independence was armor. And for that, it's definitely gonna be my girl, SZA. Could be your supermodel if you believe. If you see it in me, see it in me, see it in me. I don't see myself. Why I can't stay long just by myself. Wish I was comfortable just with myself. But I need you, but I need you, but I need you. And don't think I was just going to breeze through the avoidance era. I saved it for last because it's a little painful, but we need to look ourselves in the mirror and have the real conversations, honey. And so, who better to have the real conversation with other than Shan? So, let's get into it. This is the hardest part to admit. Avoidance looks like not asking for help, rejecting support when it's offered, overworking, doing everything yourself so no one can disappoint you, staying surface level with people, never letting partners lead, equating softness with weakness, and using strength as a personality trait. Believing that being cared for is dangerous. Are you protecting your peace by avoiding support? Or do you not trust yourself to recover from being disappointed after being hopeful? Whew. I know that one hit a little close to home. I know it stung a little bit, but at this point, independence isn't empowerment. It's fear dressed up as confidence. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you lonely. So now let's talk about what independence was supposed to be and what it became. Okay? Let's tell the truth. Independence was supposed to be freedom, but for some of us, it became isolation. It was supposed to be choice, but it became obligation. It was supposed to be empowerment, but it became exhaustion. It was supposed to be boundaries, but it became walls. It was supposed to be identity, but it became avoidance. When strength becomes your whole personality, you lose access to joy, softness, partnership, and most importantly, rest, which leads us right into Millennial Coded. Today's segment for Millennial Coded, we talk about our generation's complicated relationship with strength. Millennial women were raised during a time where girl boss culture, self reliance, economic instability, mental health stigma, being the first to go to college, being the first to break generational patterns, being the first or the only one that people depend on, being the emotional support friend. I'm still not done, y'all. Being the therapist, being the backbone. We grew up performing competence, performing strength, performing perfection. We were told to be independent, but never taught how to be supported. I know. I vividly remember my father telling me before I went off to college, never take money from a man. Anytime a man gives you something, he wants something in return. Now, before you try to come for my daddy, I'm a daddy's girl to my core. I don't play by Curtis and he don't play by me, okay? Period. Now, I understand what he was trying to teach me at this moment, to discern wolves in sheep's clothing. But that's not what he said. He said, don't take the money. So for a while, I was okay with going Dutch on a date because it was a safety measure. I didn't want to ask a man for anything monetary because I didn't want to owe him anything. His messaging, while innocently delivered, reinforced an independence that was already present due to my middle child syndrome. That's right, you don't get all this personality, all this character, all of this charisma, okay, without the plight of being the middle child. We were told to be strong, but never taught how to rest. We were told to handle everything, but never taught how to put something down and balance your load. So now we're a generation of women who can do everything, but shouldn't have to. And quite frankly, we don't damn want to. Okay? So what's the hack? How do we get out of this isolating hellhole of independence? How do we reclaim healthy interdependence? You don't have to choose between independence and connection. You're allowed both. Here's how we reclaim it. Ask for help without apologizing. Let people support you without over explaining. Delegate without guilt. And rest without performing productivity. Trust slowly without rushing the process. And receive without deflecting. Interdependence isn't losing yourself, it's letting yourself be held. So, step one, let's zoom out. Acknowledge and accept that you don't get a trophy for not needing anyone. If you want to go slow, go alone. If you want to go far, they say go together. Step two, design your dream support system and achieve it because you're a millennial overachiever. I have faith in you. Give yourself grace is the last step. It's going to feel icky, so icky asking for help. I'm literally cringing at the thought of it. Whew. But if you want a different experience in your life, you have to try new things. Join a social club and find your people. Your family wants the best for you, and your friends should want to support your shenanigans if they want to help you be better. A quick recap for the girlies who need the simplified version. Ask yourself, number one, is this independence or avoidance? Am I carrying the load or refusing to put it down? Is this strength or fear in a blazer? And my blazer's pretty fire today. Is this freedom or is it isolation? If it's isolating you, it's not independence. It's survival mode with good branding. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of No Second Chances. Make sure you share this with a woman who is tired of being the strong one. And remember, you are allowed support. You are allowed softness. You are allowed ease. You don't have to be strong every season. You are worthy of people and places that support you the way you support them. So in the words of Mel Robbins, let them. And as I always tell you, don't leave your life to chance or luck. Live it intentionally, like there are no second chances. Love y'all. See you on the next episode. Your girl loves clothes, okay? I love clothes, I love jewelry, I love accessories, I love everything fashion. So if you have a business and you want to send me some clothes from your boutique or whatnot, send me an email to nosecondchancespod@gmail.com and I will send you that shipping information, baby, or the mailing information so you can send me something. And I'm happy to rock your pieces for my outfit of the day videos for our advertisements for each episode. So hit me up.